Can we pick names? Hi,
Hi,
I'm Nor,
and I'm Wei,
and we're two
two
kids
kids
on a
on a
couch.
couch. Welcome back to the thrilling finale of Two Kids on a Couch Tony 2025. Um, one of us made it here to the red carpet, and
One of us is still waiting for her letter. It'll
that's
come.
right. Today we're gonna go through all of the categories and tell you accurately who is going to win, because we know.
We do. And this is our money back guarantee that if we're wrong, you can find whichever one of us you're closer to and
And give us your money back.
hit us in the face. Oh, or that.
I used to go as a Henderson, but you can both. I would accept both.
I would love to. I've done worse for less. Like I'll,
Yeah, absolutely.
getting hit in the face for a couple of bucks.
Yeah. In this economy,
In this economy, whew.
that's right.
All right, let's just jump right in here.
Let's
We're
do
going
it.
all the way through the ballot. We're going to start off with best choreography. For those of you playing along at home, we're starting at the bottom, working our way left to right, bottom to top. Best choreography. The nominees are Joshua Bergassi for Smash, Camille A. Brown for Gypsy, Christopher Gattelli for Death Becomes Her, Jerry Mitchell for Boop the Musical, and Patricia Delgado and Justin Peck for Buena Vista Social Club.
Um, I,
Nor?
I think you were Nori.
Oh, way.
I I was thinking Buena Vista Social Club. I was kind of thinking that or Boop. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I mean,
I
listen,
don't have strong
in
feelings.
in a vacuum, Justin Peck is the one who wins Tonys.
Sure. When in doubt.
Justin Peck aside, Jerry Mitchell is the one who wins Tonys. Jerry Mitchell aside, Camille A. Brown is the one who wins Tonys.
Yeah.
Smash is not going to win.
Smash is not gonna win. Absolutely
Death
not.
Comes Her is not going to win. For my money, I really liked Gypsy's choreography.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think What If It's a Social Club is like a dance show. I mean, it's Justin Peck. So I feel like, while I'd love to see Camille A. Brown win, I think it's going to be Patricia Delgado and Justin Peck.
Has Camille won yet? I know I've seen her name before.
It'd be shocking if to me if she hadn't. If she
Yeah.
hasn't, then this is
Then
her.
maybe. Yeah. No, I think right. I think it's more likely to be Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but
she has not.
maybe this is the
But
year.
but this is her fourth nomination, so maybe.
Maybe.
I
We'll
and
see.
I and I would love that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be upset with any of the three of them winning.
No,
It's like I wouldn't be upset
there
if
are
Boop got something.
sure.
Yeah, no, any of those three. I would be upset if Smash won. Um, and a little
Yeah,
bit upset if Death Becomes
yeah,
one. So, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean, like there are other awards I'd rather those shows win,
yeah,
but I do want them all to win something, except for.
sure. Except for Smash. Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, tentatively, Buena Vista.
Sounds good to me. Next, we got Best Orchestrations. Nominees are Andrew Resnick and Michael Thurber for Just in Time, Will Aronson for Maybe Happy Ending, Bruce Coughlin for Floyd Collins, Marco Paguglia in Buena Vista Social Club, and David Cullen and Andrew Lloyd Webber for Sunset Boulevard.
Two of these are jukebox musicals, which provide a lot of opportunity to get kooky with the orchestrations.
Sure.
One of these, I think, will probably win Best Musical, which
Mm,
people love to give orchestrations
those do
to.
like to go together. Yeah, yeah.
And one of these is a revival. Two of
Two.
these are revivals.
Yep.
And that's the
I feel weird to coming right out of the gate saying these about both, but I'm kind of like Red Vista Social Club. Maybe I don't know. We've already acknowledged the band, I guess, right?
yeah.
I think maybe if they weren't already getting their special Tony Award, people would think like we got to give it to them
Hmm,
because the band.
sure.
Um, but maybe because they already have their special Tony Award, it can go to a show people liked more. I don't know.
I actually I forgot about the Special Tony Award, and I think it probably will go to Buena Vista for that reason. And I think that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it probably is okay.
Yeah, I mean, Buena Vista, let's we forget, is the most nominated musical of this season.
It's tied. That's right.
Is
Oh,
it time?
I guess if you count it special, then I guess it is. If you count that as a nomination, then I think it wins.
Well,
But
I'm
I
just
think
I'm
if you
just going off
don't,
of the sign they hung in front of their theater.
I so
Like, oh,
to
yeah, was nominated. Go figure.
Because I think it's a three-way tie between Buena Vista, Death Becomes Her, and maybe Happy Ending, or something kind of silly like that.
That makes sense.
Um,
Three
but
identical shows.
um, but yeah, I think probably Buena Vista's Club. If not that, Just in Time feels like might be it. But I don't know. I don't have strong feelings on orchestrations famously.
Yeah, I'd say Buena Vista is my top. And then I think I'd probably say Floyd Collins
Sure.
and then maybe Happy Ending. I don't want Sunset
Uh,
Boulevard to win a single thing. And it will,
sure.
but I don't want it to.
And that's principle.
Best sound design. The nominees are of a musical, excuse me. We got Jonathan Deans for Buena Vista Social Club, Adam Fisher for Sunset Boulevard, Peter Helensky for Just in Time, Peter Helensky for Maybe Happy Ending, and
Double
Dan
dipping.
Moses Schreier for Floyd Collins. Well,
Uh,
I'm my money's on Peter Helensky,
the odds
just
are in your favor.
just as a numbers game.
Uh,
For sound design, I feel like both Maybe Happy Ending and Floyd Collins kind of have like a gimmicky sound design aspect to it.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, as I was wondering, like I think Floyd Collins, I think they do some soundscapey kind of things.
Yeah.
Maybe Happy Ending has like sound effects, I guess. Um, uh, does Sunset Boulevard do sound thing? Like I know it does video things. Does it do sound things with the videos?
I mean,
Not
like,
really.
not really.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, it's if the sound design, if like part of that is like, oh, like homeboy singing out on Times Square, but we can all hear him in a theater, like that's impressive.
I guess that's something. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll say Floyd Collins. No, I'd probably be a happy ending.
yeah. I think I'd like Floyd Collins to win
Yeah.
because I think if I have to pick an award that it wins, it's this one.
Yeah.
But I think it will probably be maybe Happy Ending.
Yeah, like sometimes I feel like one that'll just get swept up with other things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it goes.
But perhaps we have none of them will win this other category, best direction of a play. Uh, the nominees
Is that right?
are Nude Adams for English, Sam Mendes, The Hills of California, Sam Pickleton, Oh Mary, Danya Taymor, John Proctor is the villain, and Kip Williams, The Picture of Dorian Gray. I don't know about this one. I don't know if best direction of a play just goes to
The best.
the best play, right?
Yeah, I feel like it usually does.
And if that's the case, I think Oh Mary?
I would actually say, I'd say John Proctor.
Yeah.
I would say this. Now, that being said, Picture of Dorian Gray,
That's the thing, right? Like
like
that's an interesting directorial.
it is a very interesting directorial. And I think the director also wrote it. And
Mm,
it's not up for best play, but I do think giving this Tony to Kip Williams, as it were, would be a nice nod of like,
yeah.
you
The
made
one
a
who
pretty,
came up with this thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I might agree.
I think I'm willing to throw my hat behind Kip Williams for this one, actually.
I'll agree. I like it.
Best direction of a musical. We have Saheem Ali for Buena Vista Social Club, Michael Arden, Maybe Happy Ending, David Cromer, Dead Outlaw, Christopher Gattelli for Death Becomes Her, and Jamie Lloyd, Sunset Boulevard.
I think like much of the night, it's between maybe Happy Ending and Dead Outlaw. Um, Dead Outlaw is probably like a little bit more inventive. It's like a little bit more unique. Um, but I want Michael Arden to win.
So
Yeah, you saw it.
here's my take.
Yeah, you seen them both?
I've seen them both.
Okay,
And I've also seen Sunset Boulevard. That shouldn't win. Can't stress
sure.
it enough. I'm gonna
Yeah.
riot if Sunset Boulevard wins this. Um, I actually think the strongest direction is Death Becomes Her and Maybe Happy Ending. Dead Outlaw, the
Oh,
direction wasn't crazy.
sure.
And I think a lot of that is like the book suffered a little bit, which is
Mm,
totally fine. Brand new original show, crazy good times. It's still very good.
yeah.
But I think that like the staging and the choices made in Maybe Happy Ending were great. Both
Mm,
actors were given a lot to work with,
mm,
not just from a text, like even the actors who didn't have a lot of text
mhm,
were given a lot. The Firefly sequence is crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It's one of those moments where like ideally you don't notice how good direction is. It just
Mm.
like happens around you. And then that moment happens, you're like, damn, that's really good direction. Shoot, he got me.
Yeah.
And Death Becomes Her was just like so airtight. The like
Mm.
every single beat
Mm.
and like every comedic moment was great. So I actually think it's between Michael Arden and Chris Riccatelli.
Okay.
Edge to Michael Arden, I would say. But
Sure.
if Chris Riccatelli's not going to win choreography, they might give it to him for direction.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Michael Arden.
Yeah, Michael Aaron probably my pick.
Watch Buena Vista win this too, which would be fine.
I guess so. That one would surprise me a little bit. But we've been surprised before.
We sure have been. Looking at you, 2022.
I was 2022.
Or was it 2023? Whatever your Kimberly Akimbo one, and I was like so 1,000%
Uh,
positive it was going to be Some Like It Hot. I had like bet my life on it. I had told everyone in my life Some Like It Hot was going to be the next best musical, and
yeah,
then
it
it
sucks for you.
won like a single award all
Mm.
night.
Yeah, it's funny. We got best lighting design of a play
It's like
with
kind of a play.
Natasha Shivers for The Hills of California, John Clark, Stranger Things, The First Shadow, Heather Gilbert and David Bengali, Good Night and Good Luck, Natasha Katz and Hannah Waleslewski for John Proctor's The Villain, and Nick Schlepper for The Picture of Dorian Gray.
I think it's got to be Stranger Things.
Stranger Things
Shadow's
is
the
kind of what I
name.
was thinking. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that light looks pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
like, follow up is probably Dorian Gray,
Sure.
but like,
Yeah,
I don't know, it's got to be Stranger Things.
I agree. Yep, that one feels easy.
Best lighting design of a musical. We got Jack Knowles for Sunset Boulevard, Tyler Micolo for Buena Vista Social Club, Scott Zelensky and Rory Horn-Soon for Floyd Collins, Ben Stanton for Maybe Happy Ending, and Justin Townsend for Death Becomes Her. I have no thoughts on this.
I'm thinking
This,
maybe happy ending again, but
yeah,
this, like
I think that's fine.
scenic and lighting almost feel too close. This like this one,
Yeah.
and
You
like
know what?
video stuff. Yeah.
I'll say this is the only one I'm like, it could be Sunset Boulevard and that would be fine. Because
Mm,
Sunset Boulevard's gimmick is that like there's no set, so all they have is lighting
yeah.
and they use it.
That's kind of also Floyd Collins's
That's
gimmick
kind
though.
of
Yeah.
also Floyd Collins. You're so right.
We'll let Floyd Collins have it because we like him better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Get wrecked, Sunset Boulevard.
Um, best sound design of a play. We got Paul Arditi for Stranger Things, The First Shadow, Palmer Heffernan, not even her name, John Proctor's The Villain, Daniel Kluger for Good Night and Good Luck, Nick Powell for The Hills of California, and Clemens Williams for The Picture of Dorian Gray.
I mean, Instinct says again, Stranger Things.
That is
Just
kind of my
it,
instinct as
it's a
well.
design award. Again,
Yeah.
I would like for it. I wish Dorian Gray would win something technical because
Yeah.
like that's kind of all it has.
Yeah. I
But it's
agree.
Stranger Things, you
And
know?
like what are the odds, right?
I
That
know, God.
so many seasons, and like the crazy thing is like, and I guess plays and musicals are different, right? So never mind. I was gonna say yeah, but yeah, of all the seasons that have just like normal set plays, the fact that these two open the same season, what are you gonna do?
Well, and that's kind of true. It's kind of true across not across the board, but like every category is so much more competitive this year than we've seen in a long
Kind
time,
of feels like that.
which is great. What a gift. What
It
a
really is
gift
a
to
good
have,
season.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Like any other season, Dead Outlaw would have won everything because it's the only original stuff. But like, oh no, we have like more than one wholly original thing.
Yeah.
And like same thing with plays. Like, oh my God, there's like more than one really good play. There's
Yeah.
like more than one well-written play, more than one intellectual play, more than one technical play. Like this
Yeah.
is crazy.
It is.
That being said, it's unfortunate in this particular instance for Dorian Gray.
Sure.
I do think Stranger Things will win this.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. And I'm not mad about that. Looks good. Have you seen the documentary yet for the Stranger Things play?
No,
I just saw that they made it like it's on Netflix, I think. There's a whole documentary about the making of the play.
that's very
I
fun.
don't want to see it. I've not seen it
Best scenic design of a musical. We have Rachel Hauk for Swept Away, Dane Lafferty and George Reeve for Maybe Happy Ending, Arnolfo Maldonado for Buena Vista Social Club, Derek McLean for Death Becomes Her, and Derek McLean for Just in Time.
Double dipping again.
Swept Away has like the boat, and the boat sinks, right? It's like
Boat
it.
sinks.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I did just recently watch on someone's Instagram reel the bootleg of the boat sinking,
Yeah.
and it wasn't quite as good as I kind of hoped it was going to be, to be honest.
Well,
Like the thing that is cool is this stage that everyone has been jumping on the whole time
huh.
does fully turn 90 degrees and then go down.
That is pretty cool.
So like to so like that whole thing, like it doesn't happen super fast. Like it is like
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
this hydraulic thing goes up and goes down. I think the thing that's cool about it is that's hard to do on a platform robust enough to do a whole act one on.
Right. So when you're just seeing the context of like a platform moving and going down, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen James Cameron's Titanic.
And if I like walked into the stage not knowing that was going to happen, I would
Yeah,
I would be blown away.
that's true.
I'd be
Swept
like
away.
swept away. Thank you. I'd be like, this is just a stage. This looks like it's just a stage.
The
And then
regular stage.
for the whole stage to go away,
Yeah,
cool.
that
Um,
is
but
yeah,
but when
sure.
I was searching, how does the whole stage go away in Swept Away, and I finally found it, I'm like, well, this is actually a pretty uninteresting way for the whole stage
Yeah,
to go away.
yeah. The magic's gone a little bit.
Yeah. But no,
Fair.
I do think it's big. I don't think it'll win, but I do think it is probably a good effect. I don't want
Yeah.
to bash it.
And this is its only nomination,
No,
yes?
it's its only nomination.
Okay.
Um, but I think funnily enough, Swept Away, while it does have this one very cool moment, it is an intimate show. It is
Yeah,
best in the small moments. So
yeah.
I don't think it'll win. To me, it feels like it's got to be maybe happy ending.
I
Uh,
also think so. Like I famously am pretty naive when it comes to set mechanics.
yeah,
Um, but I had not a single idea of how anything worked.
yeah,
Like the way it's very cinematic, but like the way they like control the frame of like what you're seeing with like platforms and lighting, I was like, I'm at sea. I have no idea. Theater's
yeah.
magic. That's all I have for
Theater's
you.
magic. Yeah,
So yeah, so I would say maybe happy ending
yeah, I agree.
or just
And
Derek Lane. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's worth saying like enough of these. So like yeah, so Swept Away, maybe happy ending, and probably Death Becomes Her do like some fun stage magic-y kind of things, and then Buena Vista Social Club and Just in Time make like the set exactly what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like not using tricks, not using whatever, just
No,
like
nothing wrong with that.
perfect vibe setting.
Yeah.
But I think they're not going to win.
Yeah. Best costume design of a play. We have, Brenda Abinadolo for Good Night and Good Luck. Marg Horwell. We have an uncle named Mark Howell. So Marg Horwell feels like Wario. Marg Horwell for The Picture of Dorian Gray. Rob Howell, oh my God, for The Hills of California. Holly Pearson, Oh Mary, and Bridget Reifenstuhl for Stranger Things: The First Shadow. I have no thoughts. I guess Oh Mary or Dorian Gray.
Maybe Dorian Gray can get this one.
Yeah, Dorian
Yeah,
Gray.
yeah. I
Sure.
think that's
Yeah.
okay.
I think so too. There are a lot of costumes in Dorian Gray and they all happen very quickly, and that's fun. That's
Yeah. And that's like an interesting like costumes doing some work there, right?
yeah,
So
that's
that's
true.
good. And like I know we've been given Stranger Things stuff. I think their costumes aren't too wacky. Um,
I don't think so. So this is where I wish we had a hair and makeup Tony. Because I
yeah,
don't know if there are monsters in Stranger Things and if those monsters have costumes or if
sure.
they're or what. I mean, like
Yeah,
the pictures of the kids that I've seen, they look like they're from the 80s.
right. Look normal enough. I think it actually meant to be 60s. I don't
I
remember.
haven't looked at pictures from the show.
And I'm just not good at decades. But yeah,
But
no,
we're
yeah.
100% sure who's going to win this award. And
And it's
it's our
our
fake
uncle,
uncle, Marg
Mark
Orwell.
Harwell.
That's crazy, right? That's insane.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, as long as Good Luck doesn't win, I'm fine.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Best costume design of a musical. We got Didi Ayete for Buena Vista Social Club, Greg Barnes for Boop, the musical, Clint Ramos for Maybe Happy Ending, Paul Tazewell, Oscar Award winner Paul Tazewell for Death Becomes Her,
Fun.
and Captain Zuber for Just in Time.
The costumes from Boop are so good, but if this has to go to Death Becomes
I
Her.
think so too.
It
And I
has
feel bad
to.
because the costumes for Boop are like at least that one set of costumes, very good.
Tony win like Tony worthy for sure.
You betcha.
It's got to be Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, the stuff they pull
And,
off with
and
costumers.
again, and again, if there was a makeup and effects,
Sure.
give Boop costumes, give makeup and effects to Death Becomes Her, but there's
Yeah.
not.
No. Yeah.
And I cannot stress this enough. The boobs alone in that show have to get a Tony.
Do it for the boobs.
Do it for the titties. I don't know how else to say it. It's crazy the things that they do.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. I think
Okay.
it's and that might be the only one Death Becomes Her gets. So I think that's why it's very good.
Yeah.
But
It for sure should get that.
yeah, I agree.
Um, did I read that? No, you read that. Best
I
book
think
of a musical. Yeah, don't put the authors. That's crazy. Best book of a musical. We have Buena Vista Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, and Operation Mincemeat, a new musical. Crazy. This is the first Mincemeat we've seen in this ballot so far.
yeah, no one
Um,
likes their tech, I guess.
I guess not. Um, strong year for books.
Yeah,
Have I mean like I any of these could win and I think I'd be thrilled.
I think every one of these have a stronger book than their score. I don't know about Buena Vista Social Club. I think I disagree with Buena Vista Social Club. They have a stronger
Yeah.
score than book. But all the rest of them are like book-driven shows, which we love.
Yeah. Which we love. We love a book show.
Yeah. I think it's fun that none of the jukebox musicals made it on here, except Buena Vista Social Club.
Except for the one jukebox musical. But yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
yeah, I really I don't have a favorite to win in this.
Yeah.
If we're looking just at like quality of book, what has the strongest book? I haven't seen Mincemeat. So I won't speak to that.
Mm.
I think Death Becomes Her has the strongest book, but I think maybe
Mm.
Happy Ending has the most interesting and also good book.
Mm.
Like Death Becomes Her is strongest, Dead Outlaw is the most interesting.
Mm.
Maybe Happy Ending
Maybe better than both.
is like the blend of it.
Yeah.
But Mincemeat is like to your point, it's a book show.
Yeah, you're right. Like what I love about and this is where again I don't really know where you draw this line either. Like Mincemeat does I think maybe even better than the rest of these, having not seen any of them.
Yeah.
Of like Mincemeat the music tells the story so well, and I don't know if is that considered book or score, right?
Yeah,
Like
which is why these so often go to the same person, but I also love it when they're split, and I hope they get
yeah,
split this year.
yeah, I do as well. Like I love Operation Mincemeat's storytelling, even so much of that storytelling happens in a song.
Yeah.
And like the songs are better at telling the story than they are at being good songs.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Which is important. More of that. Oh my God.
I
More of
agree,
that.
but like, do you call that book or score? I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think in a perfect world, Mincemeat gets book, maybe Happy Ending gets score.
I would like that.
I think in the world that we live in, maybe Happy Ending will probably take both.
I think this also feels likely.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
And
It
that's
really is.
okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
On that
Speaking of,
note, best original score, music and/or lyrics written for the theater. Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, Operation Mincemeat, a new musical, and Real Women Have Curves, the musical. Suck it, Romeo and
on that
Juliet.
one.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so not to beat this
yeah,
dead horse. I
it's
think it's
probably
gonna
maybe Happy
maybe
Ending.
Happy Ending, I
I
guess.
agree. I agree. Yeah. I like, I'm not, I've only been able to listen to half of Dead Outlaw.
Sure.
But I like all these, and I've only been able to listen to a couple songs from Real Women Have Curves, but I've liked everything I've heard from all of these.
Yeah.
Um, they're all pretty strong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're
I
they're
think,
again like they're all good original scores and they're all
yeah,
like for sure like Tony nomination worthy, absolutely.
you bet.
Um,
Yeah, I think maybe Happy Ending
yeah,
is probably best.
I think so too. Best scenic design of a play. We have Marcia Ginsburg, English, Rob Howell, The Hills of California, Marg Howell and David Bergman for The Picture of Dorian Gray, Miriam Buther and 59, Stranger Things, The First Shadow, Scott Pask, Good Night and Good Luck. Stranger Things.
Probably gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I say
Yeah.
I have not yet seen English. I think there's a proton available. I haven't watched it yet. That's on me. I haven't seen English, but from what I've seen, the set is like a classroom, and I love that it's nominated.
I have been trying to understand why it's nominated this whole
I
time.
love it. Maybe there's like some like crazy twist at like the end of the first act where like it
Maybe.
becomes like I don't know, like a fever LSD acid trip and there's like rainbows and unicorns everywhere. No idea. But if it's just like a couple of folding tables and a room with a whiteboard, love. Get it, Marcia.
And like it's not because it's like it'd be one thing if it was like the show, and part of this might be right. It was like people liked the show a good bit, right?
Yeah.
But it closed a while ago. Like it doesn't feel like its set would be on the top of people's minds.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
yet,
here it is.
here it is.
Good for
Love it.
Marcia. Yeah,
Way to go, Marcia. Dark
way to go,
horse.
Marcia. That's right.
That yeah, that being said, I think
Gotta be
I think it's
Stranger
gotta
Things.
be Stranger Things.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I think you're right.
Although I mean, like, I haven't seen Stranger Things. The Hills of California had a very impressive set.
Sure.
Very
Yeah.
fun and cool. The picture of Dorian Gray, if again, we say this every year, if projections count as set,
Right.
yeah. If
Yeah.
not, the point is that there's no set. So
Yeah.
that's swing and a miss.
Yeah.
And good night and good luck. I'm sure it's a great set. I'm
Sure.
uninterested.
Yeah, I don't care.
And God knows Scott Pask doesn't need it.
That's
I
right. He's
I
doing
don't think he
fine.
even tried on this. He didn't have to. He's only here because his name is Scott Pask. And that's okay. That's great. I don't fault him for that. Don't give it to him. It's to
Yeah, exactly.
Marsha.
Give it to Marsha.
Marsha with I'm gonna cry. Happy years. I'm gonna be inexplicably. I've formed in the past 45 seconds a parasocial bond with this woman that I cannot explain and will follow me to my grave.
We also have Best Performance by an Actress in a Featured Role in a Play, with Tala Ashe for English, Jessica Hecht for Eureka Day, Marjan Neshat for English, Finestraza for John Proctor's The Villain, and Kara Young for Purpose. I don't have a good beat on this one.
I don't either.
I've been like reading some people's predictions who suggested Jessica Hecht, and that surprised me because she wasn't really high on my radar, but the Theater Mania critics all liked her a good deal. So
I
maybe.
mean, yeah, and if the English vote gets split,
Right.
like, Kara Young, while I'm sure is like phenomenal because she just won last year, this exact same
Right.
award, I think is probably a no-go.
Yeah, I agree. I think she probably is right up there.
I think so
Um,
too. And I think if she hadn't have won last year, this would probably be hers.
yeah, yeah, I
Um,
think you might be right. Um, yeah, they're all really good. Yeah, I feel like it to point. I don't know enough about English because it closed so long ago.
yeah.
That I can't really tell you about those two women, what they did specifically.
I think, hold on,
Um,
let me scroll up here a little bit. Oh, just kidding.
yeah.
Oh, because I actually English is ensemble. So one of
Right.
these is like the teacher.
Okay. I believe you.
And I think I'm actually oh, this is so embarrassing.
Would that one play the teacher you think is gonna win?
I do. Yeah.
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 Because you think it's
Well,
like has the energy of the lead, just not.
yeah, like
Yeah.
she's yeah, I do believe I do oh, it's yeah, so I think Marjan Neshet
Yes.
I is my pick. Is my pick to win.
Okay. I'll say Jessica Hecht, but would
Say
be
it.
happy for any of these.
It's easier
Any
to
of them.
pronounce for sure.
That's right. That's what I go for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally went back to see who Finestraza plays in Jump Rock the villain, and she plays
Yeah.
Beth, and that does make sense. Having not seen her perform specifically, that role is good
But
and interesting, and
but
yeah,
but that is like the role that gets nominated for featured actress.
I would think so.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Best performance by an actor in a featured role in a musical. We have Brooks Ashmanskas for Smash, Jeb Brown for Dead Outlaw, Danny Burstein for Gypsy, Jack Malone for Operation Mincemeat, a new musical, and Taylor Trench for Floyd Collins. This you don't want to hear this. This could go to Brooks Ashmanskas. I think it actually might go to Brooks.
I don't want to hear that. Because this is where I'm sinking all my hopes on
It's
Operation Mincemeat's one win. I think Jack Malone's gonna win.
okay,
Um,
great.
I think he also won in London. Um, and I think part of that is like the role, not just him, but I think it's also
Sure.
him.
I mean,
And
but that wins people Tonys all the time.
I think this will like he is the like the most wild card track in the show. Like everyone plays lots of people, but
Mhm.
he like plays most of the like just most people have like one person they really are, and
Yeah, yeah,
he like has three medium characters.
yeah.
And that's really good. And he sings the best song in the show. Um,
Okay,
the most like he is both the funniest and most heartbreaking part of the show at
that's
different moments.
that's fair.
Um, and so I think he's gonna win. And I think this is the only thing that Operation Mincemeat is gonna win, and people are gonna kind of pour their love into that.
Okay, well, good. I hope you're right.
Yeah. But Brooks Ashmanskas can win, I guess, as well, if he really wants to.
I mean, listen, my only thinking is like everyone like unilaterally hates Smash,
Right.
and everyone says, but Brooks Manchkis is great,
Sure. Sure.
and he's been around long enough.
Yeah.
This might be a legacy thing, which shouldn't exist. I'm against those on principle, but but that's
It could
that.
happen.
I think it's probably between those two because Danny Burstein's already won. Jeb Brown, well, is phenomenal, and
Hmm.
I would like to see him win. I just don't think that role has the material that the rest of these do to work with.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Pulling for
Uh, for Jack. I did last night. I was going on a bit of a mincemeat binge, and I watched the clip of him winning the Olivier,
yeah.
and forgot that like the two people that was really up against was him and Jack Wolf, who played Gabe in their Next to Normal. Um, and like I didn't think that like when they're reading off the name and they say Jack and you see both the guys get really excited.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it was all very good. It was all very
Oh,
good.
that's
Um,
tough.
but so
That's
at least he's the only Jack this time.
the only Jack. Thank God. Oh man,
Yeah.
brutal.
Best performance by an actress in the feature role in a musical. We have Natalie Venetia Belcone for Buena Vista Social Club, Julia Niddle for Dead Outlaw, Gracie Lawrence for Just in Time, Justina Machado for Real Women Have Curves the musical, and Joy Woods for Gypsy. Again, I don't have like a super good read on this, but the Theater Mania critic staff seemed to say Buena Vista Social Club. They said Natalie Venetia
Interesting.
Belcone was very, very good.
Okay,
Um,
I
but
believe that. I guess my like I'd like for Julia Niddle to win.
mm,
I thought she was brilliant
yeah.
and did much with not with little. I would have guessed, and I'm showing my hand here that I haven't read anyone's predictions. I'm just going off of vibes. That's
Yeah.
my bad. Um, I would expect an Evacuous to go to Joy Woods actually, because there was kind of like a unilateral outrage that she didn't get a nomination for Notebook,
Right.
and like uh Gypsy Rose Lee is like
Yeah. Like it's a pretty good character.
it's beefy, and she does a great job with it.
I
Um,
don't like when a week ago or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about this stuff, I was also thinking Joy Woods was my favorite.
yeah,
And wouldn't be upset if that was the case.
absolutely not.
I
I've
think
also heard
she's
Gracie
lovely.
Lawrence does great in Just in Time for what it's
Yeah,
worth, but I don't
sure.
think that's like
I
a
don't think she's
show
gonna win.
for.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think she has enough to do in the show.
No.
Um, she's only on for a little bit, is my understanding. But yeah, I mean I'd love for Julia to win as well. I think
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I don't have I don't have a good read on this one. I think it goes, but anyway.
Okay. I mean, yeah. If I think you and I are probably both underestimating how much Buena Vista Social Club is going to win, truthfully.
I
And
hope we're
and
not.
and I could see this being one of the ones that just kind of like they take, and that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
I'm 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 okay with it. There's no one I feel like so strongly about on this list because even if
sure.
Joy doesn't win, which I think it'd be great if she did,
I
if
agree.
she doesn't win this, she'll win in a year or 2 years or whatever.
It's
Like,
just a matter of time. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm not like justice for the 23-year-old Joy Woods who is now headlining in her second Broadway show and
Yeah.
capturing the hearts of critics and audiences everywhere. I'm like, she'll be fine.
And who we saw before she got super famous by just a very little bit.
What?
She was in I Can Get It For You Wholesale before she did the
You're so
Notebook.
right. I remember looking in the playbill and I was like, oh my God, we saw that.
Yeah.
And I was like, even now in hindsight, if your name wasn't Julia Lester, I have no memory.
I
Like Julia Lester and Judy Kuhn. I'm like, I think about them in that show
oh
once
really?
a month.
I
I forgot Santina Fontana was in it.
I like truly my I walked away from that show because I went to see Santina Fontana
Adam Chandler Barad.
and John Barat oh, and Sarah Styles. Um,
Oh yeah,
that's her name,
yeah.
right?
Also a name I forgot.
Right. But I walked out of that theater saying we got to keep an eye on this Joy Woods character. She's pretty good. So
Well,
yeah,
and that's great.
yeah. What a
Could
cast,
be.
man. Um, all right, but not nominated this year. You know who is nominated this year for best performance?
Tell me, Luke, who
Is it
is
my turn?
nominated this year?
No, it's your whose turn? It's your turn. No, you tell me.
Oh, is it? Okay, great. Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in a Musical are Darren Criss for Maybe Happy Ending, Andrew Durand for Dead Outlaw, Tom Francis for Sunset Boulevard, Jonathan Groff, Just in Time, James Monroe Iglehart for A Wonderful World, the Louis Armstrong musical, and Jeremy Jordan, Floyd Collins. It's Darren Criss.
Really?
I'd be shocked if it's not Darren Criss. And
Oh, interesting.
I know Jeremy Jordan's on the table. I know he's like a shark in the blood in the water. He's sniffing
Sure.
it out. I
Yeah.
do feel like it has to be Darren Criss.
Interesting. Darren Criss wasn't in my like top three.
Whoa, who are your top
Yeah.
three?
I was thinking it was between Jeremy Jordan, Jonathan Groff, and Andrew Durand. Um,
As like who you want or like who you think it's going to
who I
be?
thought it was going to be. But
Okay,
I've not seen any of the shows, right?
the piping hot take.
Um, yeah. Yeah. I mean, so like, yeah, I think we hate Sunset Boulevard and everything that it stands for.
Yep,
I think
get it out of here.
I think Wonderful World was just like not a good enough show.
Yeah.
Nothing against General Eaglehart. I think people love Jonathan Groff and what he's doing in it, and I think if he hadn't won last year, he'd be right up there. But I think he's still up there.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, then like in my head, I was thinking of Jeremy Jordan as being like a little bit of the legacy and a little bit of the like star vehicle for him.
Sure.
And then Durand is like a part of this really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Um, Darren Criss' performance feels like not the most impressive thing about Maybe Happy Ending.
Mhm.
But I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to go with you.
So I haven't seen Floyd Collins.
Sure.
Let me start with that.
Sure.
I think of all of these shows,
Yeah.
maybe Happy Ending is the best, which means any actor in it
Right.
is going to look the strongest.
Yeah.
I think Darren Criss gives what can only be described as the closest thing I've ever seen to a perfect performance. Every choice, every beat, every physicality, every line reading
Mm.
was spot on. There was like once where his voice got like a little bit too poppy, and I'm like, that, you know what?
It happens.
You can have that.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I think it was, and I think if Floyd Collins had been a better show, there'd be a
Mm.
contest. But I
Mm.
think there's not really a way you can like explain your way out of
Yeah.
not giving Darren Criss a Tony. And he's close enough to legacy
Yeah. Yeah.
that it's okay.
And I think it's also valid to say that like I've not seen any of the shows. I don't know that Floyd Collins is like a super transformative role for Jeremy
I
Jordan.
think he just sounds good, which is great.
Exactly, yeah. But I think he's kind of enough already like a good old boy with a nice smile and some charm and some
Yeah,
passion, right?
sure,
Like
some
like
verve.
like I think that is like kind of not just him, right? But like whatever.
Yeah,
But I think it is like valid to say that Darren Criss' performance is a transformation, right? Is
yeah,
like Inhuman, right? Is like a totally different
yeah.
everything. Um,
Well, and what it's giving, and I just watched a video essay on this.
yes,
So it's front of mind, and
yes,
this might be in poor taste to compare, but it's giving the Oscars not this past year, but the year before, when it was between Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone, and
okay.
everyone's like, Lily Gladstone should win this because it would be the first ever Native actress to win. She did excellent work. She was the only good part about Killers of the Flower Moon.
Mm.
Emma Stone's already won an Oscar not that long ago, but there was truly like Emma Stone in Poor Things was crazy. It was like the most impressive performance ever put to film. I didn't like the
Right,
movie, but like her
right,
performance was like you can't move past it.
yeah,
As much as like you want to like take the high road and give it to like Lily Gladstone,
right.
And
Yeah.
and to me, that's what this gives to a lesser degree.
Okay.
It'd be nice to give it to Jeremy Jordan,
Yeah.
but like,
Derek
and
is doing really good work.
and you also cannot ignore the fact that like maybe Happy Ending has been running for so long, so successfully, selling so well, and Floyd Collins is like limping along.
Yeah. Yeah. But like also, Jeremy Jordan will be fine. Like I'm not too worried about him.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
also feels like just a matter of time,
yeah,
to be fair, he probably thought he would have won a while ago, and that's
yeah,
totally fine, and I get it. But
yeah, yeah.
listen,
No,
they're both grown-ups, they both have a kid.
that's right.
They'll both be on Broadway again. They're both two straight white tenors. They'll be
Right.
okay.
They'll be okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm thrilled to hear that Aaron Chris did such a good job, and I'm all the way on board.
Great.
Yeah,
Love.
I think it's great. Best performance by an actress in a leading role in a musical. We have Megan Hilty in Death Becomes Her, Autumn McDonald in Gypsy, Jasmine Amy Rogers in Boop, the musical, Nicole Scherzinger in Sunset Boulevard, and Jennifer Samard in Death Becomes Her. How do they order these?
They're alphabetized.
You're right, by last name.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. Autumn McDonald?
I do think it's going to be Audra McDonald. And on the one hand, it's like she has six. Does she need a seventh? And unfortunately, she does
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be willing
magically.
to say it might be between like I feel like Jasmine Amy Rogers might be coming up close.
Sure.
Just from like the buzz that I've heard.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it probably is still Rogers to lose.
Yeah. And she won't.
No.
Now I am devastated because Megan Hilty and Jennifer Simard
Yeah.
are powerhouses, and
Yeah.
and they both give like just like virtually airtight performances. Like there's nothing they could have
Yeah.
done better that like would win them
Right.
this Tony.
Right.
But it sucks because they're both so evenly matched. There's
Yeah.
not a way to pick one.
Do you remember, have you seen, I think what happened was Nathan Lane won for producers and he like called Matthew Broderick up onto the stage like during that exception, that it was that acceptance speech.
So
Um, and that's what I want Megan Healthy and Jennifer Simard's win in Death Becomes Her to be. Like I love,
yeah,
because you're exactly right. As a unit, they are so good.
they're
Um,
so good. And
yeah,
they're and like truly like just like blow for blow match each other.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, maybe out of McDonald for this one.
I think it's gonna be Audra McDonald. Listen, as long as it's not Sunset Boulevard,
That's what we all care about.
that's it. Everyone's on the same page. Best performance by an actor in a featured role in a play. We have, oh, I'm not gonna have a lot of opinions on this one, I'll tell you right now. We've got Glenn Davis for Purpose, Gabriel Ebert for John Proctor as the villain, Francis Jew for Yellowface, Bob Odenkirk for Glengarry Glen Ross, and Conrad Ricamora for Oh Mary.
Okay, I've not seen any of them.
I
So
haven't either. I'm
here's
just
what I
gonna,
got.
okay, go for it.
No, no. Do you want to throw some out there?
I think we count to three and then we both say who we think is gonna win.
Okay,
One, two, three, Glenn
Francis
Davis.
Jew. Okay, both those are fine. I think Bob Odenkirk is out,
Yeah, I think so too.
and it's kind of a four-way tie for the rest of them to me. I think
I think that's reasonable. And I think Conrad Ricamora has the least to do of the remaining.
that might be true. I might agree with that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah, could be anyone.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Great. Moving on.
Moving on.
Um,
Do you want to do?
leading
uh,
actor.
Yeah, yeah,
Great. Uh, best performance by an actor in a leading role in a play. We got George Clooney in Good Night, Good Luck, Cole
sorry.
Escola in Oh Mary, John Michael Hill in Purpose, Daniel Day Kim in Yellowface, Henry Lennox in Purpose, and Lewis McCartney, Stranger Things, The First Shadow.
I do know like Lewis McCartney is like the actor in Strange. I mean, he's the leading
Yeah,
actor, but
yeah.
like people love him.
Oh yeah, he looks like he does a really good job.
Yeah. That being said,
It's got to be Cole Escola.
it's got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. There's like the
George Clooney? No.
absolutely not. The only way I will forgive it not being Cole Escola is if he also wins and gets to give a speech for best play. And I think he might also win best play. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I think he has to win best actor.
100%. Oh, they them for Cola
They
Scola.
them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
You're so fine. Yeah. If Cole Escosa gets for best play, I'd want it to go to Daniel Day Kim for Yellowface,
Sure.
but I'd also be fine if one of the Purpose people took it,
I agree.
not George Clooney.
Not George Clooney. Yeah, of the two Purpose people, I'm more interested in John Michael Hill's like arc in the show.
Sure.
But I've not seen the performances, so I can't tell you who does the best performance.
Yeah, and listen, if we're gonna do the Purpose, then we're already on our third string,
Yeah.
so we're putting our eggs in Cole's basket, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've earned it.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role in a play. We have Laura Donnelly for The Hills of California, Mia Farrow in The Roommate, LaTanya Richardson Jackson for Purpose, Sadie Sink for John Proctor as the villain, and Sarah Snook, The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Man, Sink, Sarah Snook. Sadie
Yeah,
Sink, Sarah Snook. Actually, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
well,
Um,
Sarah Snook.
Sarah Snook. Yeah, I think we're
Yeah,
all. Yeah, yeah.
tragically.
Yep.
I mean, not tragically,
No.
deservedly.
Sure. Yeah.
It's Sarah Snook.
Yep.
Good talk.
Good talk. Best survival of a musical. Best survival musical. We got Floyd Collins, Gypsy, Pirates, The Penzance Musical, and Sunset Boulevard.
I fear Sunset Boulevard's gonna win.
Oh, that's right. Probably Sunset
I
Boulevard.
fear.
Yeah.
We all know my thoughts on this. Pirates is ranked first for me, and
Right.
then Gypsy, and then
Right.
out of spite, Floyd Collins, and then
Sure.
Sunset. Floyd
Sure.
Collins, which I haven't seen and have heard, is not interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want Sunset to win.
I do think Sunset might win.
I do think it might too.
Because I feel like I've heard bad things about all of these shows.
And there are bad things to say about all of these shows, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And we talk about like how strong the original musicals are this year and how strong the original plays are this year.
Yeah.
Um,
And the revivals are fine.
those are fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I do listen, I think Gypsy is a very good revival.
Yeah.
I think it is probably like the platonic ideal of a production of Gypsy.
Yeah.
And sometimes those win Tonys, and I'm fine if that wins a Tony.
Yeah. That's
I, I
fair.
I'd rather see the platonic ideal of, and I don't mean this, but right
Yeah.
now I do. I'd
Sure.
rather see the platonic ideal of a like regular straight-laced revival than a really badly done pretentious revival that misses.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think that's fair. So yeah, so maybe our hearts goes to, well, I guess our heart goes to Pirates, the Penzance Musical.
Our
So
heart goes to Pirates of Penzance musical. And I think it'd also be a crazy power move if it only got nominated for Best Revival
and
and
the one.
won Best Revival. That's right up there with the English winning scenic design. Like
Yeah.
like if both of those things happen, like I'll shave my head. Like that's where
Yeah.
I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So maybe the wise man says Gypsy,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Us, we do. We know because we
We
have all
know.
the answers.
That's right. All right. What do you got next?
I think you're up. Am I up?
I think you're up.
Oh my God, humiliating. I was like, wow, Leia is really dropping the ball here. Okay, yeah, we'll do best revival of a play. We've
Sure.
got Eureka Day, Romeo and Juliet, Thornton Wilder's Our Town, and Yellowface. Two of these, this is their only nomination. Sorry, I'm gonna
Yep.
so I'm gonna guess not Romeo and Juliet and not Our Town.
I think you're correct.
And Eureka Day and Yellowface both have one nomination, and
For
it's
an
an actor.
actor. Right.
Oh no, Yellowface has two because
Oh, two actors.
they
Yeah.
got a supporting actor and a leading actor.
Correct.
So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to say Yellowface.
That's fair. Yeah. Is your
Yeah,
day still going? Is that correct?
I don't
No?
think so.
Then yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it closed. Yeah,
Thank you. Okay.
none of these are
None of you are
currently
still going.
running.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get Yellowface. It's for both of them their first time on Broadway.
Yeah,
Um,
Romeo and Juliet, first time on Broadway, brand new show. Um, yeah,
yeah. No, yeah. I think Yellowface sounds right.
yeah, and like I don't care enough about any of these shows to
No.
like be happy or sad if any of them like won or didn't win.
Yeah. No, I think I'd agree.
Yeah, tentatively, my hat's in the ring for Yellowface. I'd like to see that one. And I also think, I mean, Yellowface is the only one written by a person of color, I think.
We don't know who Shakespeare was. It could have been
That's true.
anyone.
It was a conglomerate of people.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't confirm if we're working on the assumption that Shakespeare was white, Yellowface is the only one written by a person of color. So I feel like that'd be nice.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the idea of yellow face as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Best play. We got English, The Hills of California, John Proctor's the villain, Oh Mary, and Purpose.
Oh, Mary.
I think it's Oh Mary. I
I
think,
I I think it is too. I think I would like English to win, and I'd be happy if
yeah,
English won, but I think it's going to be O'Mary, and I think that's great.
I think so too. I think Oh Mary is like the story of the season. It
Yeah.
is like the one that kind of not unlike Hamilton, right? Kind of like threw up. This is like a new thing that a play can be, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I think the thing that's funny about it is it did so without a lot of bells and whistles. Like it's
Yeah.
not actually like
It's not up
that
for all the design
nominated,
awards. Yeah, no.
right? It's got a couple of good actors and
And
good
direction.
book
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's one of those ones where if there was a best book of a play, this would 100% win it. And
yeah,
even without that, it's probably still going to win it.
I think so. I think so. And I hope they let Cole speak for this one too. Um,
I hope so too. Yeah. I don't care about these producers. Get them off the
no,
stage.
that's true.
It's not an
That's true.
EGOT if you produced.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Apparently, Darren Chris is one of the producers in Maybe Happy Ending as well. I didn't. That came up in like an interview I saw, and I'm
Okay.
like, oh well,
Well, I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
he's got the money for it. May as well.
sure, yeah,
Oh, he's got that Glee money.
yeah. But yeah, but his EGOT doesn't count unless he wins
It doesn't.
for as an actor.
Unless he wins for actor, absolutely not. Is he? No, he doesn't have an Oscar. I was like, is this going to be his EGOT? No,
No, no, no. I don't think he has a Grammy either. He might. I think he does have the Emmy for the
for Glee.
no, for the Ryan Murphy, the killer one for
Oh,
Saucy assassination of
oh, yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he won
Okay,
for that.
okay.
Um,
Although, if maybe Happy Ending could win him a Grammy if that wins for Best Musical Theater Album.
that's true. Then he's well on his way, and then we'll start seeing a lot more movies.
Yes, yes, we will. It's going to be him and Lin-Manuel Miranda just running.
Does Lynn not have an Oscar yet? Is that the one he's
Nope,
missing?
nope. Which is crazy,
That is pretty
but
crazy.
there we are.
Yeah,
And he's hustling. It's him and Pasek and Paul
yeah,
hustling.
because they needed an Emmy, right?
They need an Emmy,
They keep writing like guest songs on TV shows.
and he needs an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching that. I love how like they
It's rough out there.
because like basketball they did like the thing for like the Flash musical episode and they did Only Murders in the Building and they're like trying to find non-musical TV shows that need a song because they need their Emmy so bad. I think it's so
Oh
funny.
man. And listen, and I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah.
oh Mary.
So Mary, I agree.
For our final category of tonight and of tomorrow night, realistically.
Yeah.
Best original musical. The nominees are Buena Vista Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, and Operation Mincemeat, a new musical.
We think it's maybe happy ending.
I think it's going to be Maybe Happy Ending. Yeah.
Um, if my
Great
math,
year, though. Great year. I'll say it.
great year, good
Great year.
job, good
Great. And
hustle.
listen, we haven't seen Buena Vista Social Club, and it's like
No,
bottom of our list, but
correct.
I believe it's great.
Sure, I
And
believe it.
I believe that if it wins, that's great. Like
Yeah,
I will not be mad at anything on this list winning a Tony.
I agree.
I think they all accomplish what they set out to do brilliantly.
Yes,
And
yep,
I think that many of them take like a tired or an uninteresting premise and they do great work with it.
yeah. They are the perfect incarnation of the show.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, I fully agree.
Yeah. So no wrong answers. I think it's going to be maybe happy ending.
I think you're right. I think that does mean, unless I've like miscounted, that Dead Outlaw doesn't get anything, and that does make me a little bit sad.
That is.
Um,
But
but but yeah, but I think maybe Happy Ending just really does put all the pieces together. Like it has fabulous design, fabulous direction, fabulous cast, fabulous
Mhm.
content.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think Dead Outlaw is on Broadway. God love it. So it can be done at colleges.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is this generation's Bloody Bloody.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's great.
I agree. I agree. Maybe it can release the second half of its soundtrack and I can have more opinions on it.
That's all the time we
That's what
have.
we got. Thanks for tuning in. That didn't take too long. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, but that was like just over an hour, I
Like an
think.
hour, yeah. Uh,
You're
uh,
welcome.
Now's
Half
not
an
the time
hour
to
for
tell you.
watching it on
Yeah,
on
if you've been
Tuesday.
watching at double speed this whole time, which you should have been, then this is pretty snappy for you.
But
But now it's
yeah,
kind of late to tell you that.
well,
Um, yeah, yeah. So watch the Tony Awards. Sunday, June 8th.
8 p.m. Eastern time. If we hope you're celebrating with people you love and watching the Tonys in community. If you don't have a community, you're welcome to tap into one of ours if you're in the Metro Orlando or the Washington Heights area.
Yeah, and
Let
then
us know.
don't forget to watch the pre-Tonys thing on Pluto TV. Uh,
You're so right.
because that'll get you if you're not paying attention.
They're
Um,
not locked in like we are,
That's right.
obviously.
That's right. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back next season. Probably not before then.
Couchy. Stay couchy,
Yeah,
gang.
stay couchy.